rumors about Dr. Umar Johnson allegedly being arrested, all because he been scamming and scheming for the past 20 years. He been working on building the school, but he acquired millions and the school's still not up and running.
According to IRS Form 990, the filings reveal disturbing financial irregularities, okay, with Jermaine Shermack. That's how he files it. He doesn't file it under Dr. Umar Shermack. It's Jermaine, okay?
The bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. They had no record of my account.
So the FBI just blew Dr. Umar's whole empire to pieces with fresh federal charges that could have him sitting in a cell for decades. We're talking RICO, tax fraud, wire fraud. The feds didn't just come swinging. They came with binders full of receipts tied directly to the donations he collected for the school. This ain't just some slap on the wrist case. This is career-ending, life-changing heat. Dr. Umar is straight panicking because this time he can't just talk slick and spin his way out of it. And now the question echoing everywhere is the same. Is Dr. Umar a master fraud, or did somebody set him up? But before diving into the charges, let's rewind to the exact moment Umar realized he was getting locked up, because that scene was something else. He hopped on Instagram Live looking rattled, claiming the system was trying to destroy an innocent black man just trying to uplift his people. Normally his rants feel rehearsed, almost like sermons, but this time, different. He looked spooked, like somebody just ripped the rug out from under him. His voice was cracking, his face tense, and the wildest part, he ranted about his accounts being frozen. Now we know why. Those same accounts are at the heart of the federal case that could bury him for decades. What nobody realized in the moment was that Umar went live right after federal agents told him to turn himself in. If you rewatch that video, you can actually see the second it hits him that his entire grift might finally be collapsing. Reports say he did eventually surrender, but not before telling his tight circle to keep it low-key. No cameras, no press, no statements, just a quiet walk into custody, because he knew if pictures hit the blogs, it would get ugly quick. His worst nightmare, being exposed as a scammer in front of the whole world, was already knocking at his door. But what he didn't see coming was the feds playing dirtier than him. Not only did they...
When he was talking about that school about a decade ago, I was for it. I donated to it. And a lot of people, every time Umar does something, they would tie me in.
Really?
Oh, they would always tie me in.
I've never heard about this.
They would always tie anything he did. Hey, Tariq, what's up with Umar? Because I put Umar on. He wanted to use that notoriety to get money for the school. I'm like, hey, I'm all for that. But then when people start seeing all of the excuses, people start getting skeptical, and people start always coming to me, man, what's up with Umar? You and Umar in y'all school. Hey, I don't have, hey, no, y'all school. No, it's not y'all school. No, but you had them in your movies. They just tie me in, and I can't. Hey, I said, look, to be honest, I don't think the school is happening. I said this about around 2017, and Umar we fell out because he started kind of attacking me publicly. And I helped the guy get the truth. Yeah, he started attacking me, and then I started getting in on him. So we fell out, and I told people back in 2017, I said, let me keep it a bean, man. That school ain't never gonna get built. That's just don't ask me about it again. That's my opinion. It ain't gonna get built, man. Just base. If it's going to get built, it would have been built already. It don't take.
Lock him up. They leaked documents that shredded whatever was left of his image, and that's when it got extra messy. Because Tasha K pulled up with her own bombshell receipts. Yes, Tasha K, the queen of internet exposés, slid right into the mix and went in on Umar during a YouTube drop. She didn't just gossip, she laid out what the FBI has been saying all along. She spotlighted his so-called school project, the very same one people been questioning for years. And guess what? Those missing donations the FBI is pointing to, they're all tied to that project. Tasha didn't just hint at shady business. She pulled files, showed paperwork, and broke it down step by step. The FBI's indictment literally echoes the same allegations she laid out, which makes the whole thing way harder for Umar to deny. Suddenly, this isn't just a debate about whether he's a controversial figure or misunderstood. This is receipts, indictments, and cold hard facts smashing together in real time. Every single dime that's ever gone into Umar's so-called school came from the public, not grants, not investors, straight from people's pockets. And the craziest part, he's never once been transparent about how much cash he pulled in or where it actually went. All he does is jump online, shouting at folks to pull their kids out of public schools and instead funnel money into his dream project. From day one, a lot of people saw this for what it was, a hustle dressed up as a movement. Even the name of the school raised eyebrows. Umar loves to boast about being a descendant of Frederick Douglass, but he's never produced a shred of proof. Meanwhile, the actual Douglass family has never claimed him. But the sad part, plenty of people believed the story and donated their hard-earned money anyway, convinced they were investing in something real. Years later though, the school still hasn't opened its doors, and every time the so-called grand opening gets close, some mysterious problem magically appears to push it back again. Coincidence? Maybe. But with everything that's coming out now, it's looking more like Umar himself was cooking up excuses to buy time and hide the missing money. And prosecutors are eating that pattern alive. The most recent delay wasn't just suspicious, it's now evidence in the federal fraud case. Back in June, Umar reported a supposed act of vandalism at the school. He claimed the library, cultural artifacts, and educational supplies had been destroyed. Convenient, right? Just enough damage to stall the opening another year, but not enough to affect the building itself. To sell the story, Umar even posted a bizarre video of himself interrogating a bunch of kids, like they were the ones who trashed the place. The problem, he filmed and uploaded that clip without their parents' consent. And when police checked it out, they couldn't confirm anything actually happened. No reports, no photos, no evidence, just that sketchy little video floating around online, and people were quick to call it out. One viral comment said it all. Where's the proof of this vandalism? Were you insured? Why haven't you shown even one photo? Or is the real vandalism you and this entire project? Also, as someone who knows the banking system, your post about frozen accounts makes no sense. That summed up the mood perfectly. Something wasn't adding up. And sure enough, a few weeks later, the truth behind this mystery vandalism came spilling out. Turns out, there wasn't a sabotage at all. What was really going on? Umar had been skipping out on vacant property registration fees and utility bills. That's right. While he was blaming phantom vandals, his so-called school was already sliding toward foreclosure. By the time the receipts dropped, it was revealed that the property had been marked for auction if he didn't pay up. In fact, reports said the building was on track to hit the auction block by August 25th, 2025, unless Umar came up with the cash. Imagine that. After all the speeches, all the rants, all the begging for donations, the empire he built on other people's money was about to go under the hammer like any other unpaid property. And so guess what? According to Tasha K. Doctor, Umar wasn't just fumbling the bag, he was running stall tactics to dodge jail time. But if you thought her receipts were explosive, the leaked federal documents hit like a bombshell. Because that's when the truth about Umar's alleged PayPal scam started spilling, and it proved one thing loud and clear. The feds weren't giving him a pass this time. The leaked report claims Umar raked in over $1.5 million through PayPal and GoFundMe, all under the banner of charity. The school wasn't the only hustle. He attached himself to multiple so-called causes for the black community. The twist? Nobody can find a single record of what those donations built, fixed, or funded. No receipts, no projects, nothing. And every time folks pressed him for answers, Umar played the same card. Another long video, another fiery speech, another warning about how the system was targeting him. That routine bought him time for years, until people stopped buying the act. Critics started poking holes he couldn't patch up. Charleston White, never one to bite his tongue, called Umar out directly, accusing him of preying on black women with emotional manipulation. He exposed how Umar plays the ally role, pandering with speeches about loyalty and pride, while all he really wants is their wallets. And the harsh truth? Charleston wasn't lying. Because Umar built his brand on parading as the champion of black women, blasting other men for interracial dating, throwing shots at Jonathan Majors for being with a white woman, only to turn around and insult those same women when they dared question him. That hypocrisy didn't just look bad, it shattered trust. Suddenly, even the people who once defended him started pulling away. And here's where it gets brutal. It's not just his enemies dragging him now. Former supporters have been quietly unfollowing him, pulling their donations, and in some cases, airing him out publicly. The loudest betrayal came from someone nobody expected, Tariq Nasheed, a longtime ally, a man who used to stand shoulder to shoulder with Umar, suddenly flipped the script. Tariq sat down with DJ Vlad and let it all spill. He admitted he once believed in the school project, even personally poured money into the vision. But watching Umar spiral into drama and clout chasing left him questioning everything. And the interview cut deep. You could literally hear Tariq realizing in real time that the FBI's narrative wasn't a reach. The Pan-African dream Umar sold to the world was never about education. It was about fraud. Tariq shared that the final straw came when he tried to give Umar real advice, warning him to stop chasing social media clout and stay focused on the mission. Instead of listening, Umar snapped, and the fallout was ugly. For Tariq to publicly call him shady, that was a dagger to Umar's credibility, because if his closest ally doesn't trust him anymore, why should anybody else? But it turns out, Umar had bigger problems than ex-friends or critics, because behind the scenes, the FBI had been tracking him for years. He just didn't realize it. The wildest twist. The first red flag that put him on their radar had nothing to do with money. Back in 2018, the State Board of Psychology accused him of practicing without a license. And that wasn't just embarrassing, it was the start of a paper trail. For the feds, it showed a pattern. Deception wasn't new for Umar, it was his brand. And that early accusation is now being used to prove that his entire empire was built on smoke, mirrors, and scams.